Hi, it's Louisa Tanner-Munson. So I just wanted to touch base with you before you listen to the healing hypnotation. First thing to let you know is just to listen to this when it's completely safe to do so. What I mean by that is don't listen if you're driving a car, watching small children, chopping vegetables with a sharp knife. Only listen when you can completely relax, sit down in a nice comfortable chair when you've got no distractions. And just, really relax and take in nice deep breaths and just let yourself be calm. So that's the kind of environment you need to listen to it in. These are designed completely out of my imagination. They originated from a live video that I started doing during the corona pandemic as something I offered out to anybody that wanted to listen to help calm their minds. So it's completely made up from my imagination, hence I can't really share a script with you here, but the intention was to create a sense of deep relaxation and an opportunity for you to find your own inspiration, to find your own answers and to find your own peace. It's also important to know that if you need to awaken at any time, you will be able to awaken really easily and effortlessly. And if you do really find this useful, then the more you listen to this, the more change you can experience. And you can go deeper and deeper, just as much as you need to do. If you like what I've done, also consider listening to some of the other meditations that I've done. I've done quite a few, and some of them are an insight timer too. And you can check out my work on Spotify, YouTube, Insight Timer, Facebook. Just type in Louisa Tanner-Munson and there I am. Anyway, I'm going to leave you to enjoy this session. If you have any questions at all or want to touch base with me, feel free to message me. It's louisa@feelgoodastrology.com. Anyway, let's get cracking. So first of all, just have a little wiggle on your chair, roll your shoulders back, get really comfortable. And when you're ready, take in a nice, good, long, slow, deep breath. And exhale. And just allow that feeling of any tensions of feeling just to ease out through your body as you continue to breathe slowly and deeply. And as you listen to the sound of my voice and continue to breathe slowly and rhythmically, I'd like you to close your eyes if you haven't already. Just let them flutter down. Maybe they feel heavy. And you can allow any tension that you might feel in your forehead, in your cheeks, in your jaw, that can all soften and smooth away as you allow comfort into your body. Or maybe you can notice tension or tightness in your shoulders and neck. And you can just let that flow down as you can go deeper and deeper into a place of relaxation. And I don't know if you can feel heavy as you drift and sink and allow all that tension just to flow out down your arms, wrists, out through your fingertips, down through your body, into your hips, down your legs, feeling heavier, to your knees, your ankles, then out through the tips of your toes. And as you continue to do a body scan, just notice where there's any tightness or tension or a place that just can relax. And your unconscious can take you to where you need to go just to allow comfort and softness into your And I'm going to count back now. And I count from 1 all the way down to the number 10. And with each number I count, you can just feel yourself relax and go deeper. All the way to the right place of relaxation for you now. As I count the number 1, you can feel heavier, more relaxed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As you continue to breathe slowly and deeply, I'd like you to check into your body. And I don't know if you imagine yourself standing strong in a beautiful environment. I don't know how you see yourself right now. But imagine yourself as if you were about to make a declaration. What kind of pose you might have if you were about to stand for who you are. And it doesn't matter what you have to say right now as we explore this more fully. It's just to get into that physical space, just to imagine that you are in the body that you're in and feeling strong enough to know what you stand for, really to know it. And the first thing that I'd like you to take your attention to, and that is your body. What do you stand for your body? And you can listen to any ideas or voices that come to you in this space where wisdom can just come into your unconscious mind. And you might ask yourself, who does my body belong to? Who owns your body? You might ask yourself, who has rights to your body? And you might also want to ask yourself, who do you allow to make decisions for your body? And maybe there are other questions that you might ask. And in your unconscious mind now, you can ask all the right questions to motivate the right kind of answers for your body. And I don't know what it feels like to have these answers, to feel these answers in your mind-body system really clearly. Maybe it will require some change. Or maybe it just makes you feel stronger in yourself. And I'd like you to consider a time when you really felt like you owned your own body, where you were absolutely standing in the space of your body. You were really in full ownership. You knew exactly what could come near you and what couldn't. You had complete control over your body and its input. And maybe you can bring the sensory data of that feeling in. Like, how does it seem to you? What can you see? Is there anything you can hear in that space? What are you feeling? And where are those feelings in your body when you feel strongly connected to what you will consent to and what you won't consent to? Excellent. And moving on from the body, I'd like you now to consider your mind. Who has ownership of your mind? Just imagine that you're in your mind, you're considering what you consent to in your mind. So what kind of inputs come to your mind? What influences you? So you might want to consider information, beliefs. You might want to consider communication that comes at you. You might want to consider cultural norms. And with all of those ideas, ask yourself now, what do I consent to in my mind? Who owns my mind? Who owns my thoughts? You might want to consider whether you want to protect your mind and your intellectual thoughts. What do you stand for? And when you're thinking about your mind as well, you might want to consider things that might affect the way you think. Chemicals, technologies, programming. There's all kinds of things around us in this kind of earth environment that we live in that can affect our mind. And this is your opportunity to check in and commit to what you are okay with, what you consent to affecting your mind, and what you stand for, what you do not consent to. That's good. And you might want to consider your family now. So not just your body, not just your mind. You might now want to consider your family. So what do you consent to powers that might want to control your family? Who can make decisions for your family? Who has rights to your family? Who does your family belong to? Now, you don't have to talk about this in your mind's eye in your meditation on a factual basis. This is almost like your fantasy football family scenario. So create the world that you want to be in. What do you consent to for your family? Who do you think can make decisions on behalf of your family in your ideal world? That's good. So we've looked at our body, our mind, our family. You now might want to consider, what do you stand for on planet Earth? What will you allow the Earth to go through? If you could make those decisions, what would you allow? What wouldn't you allow? And with the quality of the air that you breathe, and the water that you drink, and the food that you eat, if you could control that, what do you consent to? What do you allow to come to you? And let's now just have a look at one more thing, and that's media and information. So where we get our cultural norms from, it's all come from a form of education, whether it's school, whether it's our parents, whether it's laws, rules, regulations, or also media and entertainment. But it doesn't matter, there's a mass of information out there. And this is your moment in this meditative space to consider what you stand for. When it comes to news, what rights do you have to the truth? Do you expect the truth? And do you make a stand for it? Do you declare that that's how you want your life to be? For those decision makers that make rules and regulations, do you want truth from them? What do you expect from them? What do you consent for them to give you in communication? And your doctors, your teachers, your politicians, your spiritual leaders, your activists, your entertainers, your peers, people in your community. I think we've considered quite a lot of different factors that can influence your life, and also that can knock us down if we're not really strong about what we stand for. So what I want you to do now in this meditative space is just consider all the things that you've learned so far about what you stand for and what you want in your world as your experience, and also what you don't consent to. And if you could breathe in all of that learning, that representation of what you stand for, what you do consent to in your world, I'd like you to breathe in now everything that you consent to, that you declare about your sovereignty. Breathe it in and imagine it affecting you and changing you at a mind, body, cellular level. Almost that it becomes a force, a radiation on its own, a force coming out of you, really showing everybody without even needing to say what you believe. But it's so strong, this vibration of who you are. It just radiates out from you. You can feel it now. And you can make that as strong as you want to make it. You might have a color there. Have patterns or shapes, but only you know what that shield of who you are and what you stand for, what that feels like within your body. And all those things that you don't consent to, all those things you're really sure that you don't consent to, I'd like you now to just imagine them move away from your body. Almost like they're falling out of the sky, almost like they're disappearing or fading or moving, or that you can create the outcome for them. You can do whatever you like, stomp on them, shoot them with a water pistol, whatever you like. It doesn't matter. This is your meditation and your representation. So in a moment, we're going to come back to full waking consciousness. But before we do that, I'd like you now just to, in your mind-body space of what you consent to, what you declare about yourself, what you're sovereign about, what you absolutely consider sacred about your life, your mind, your body, your family, your earth, your air, your water, your media, the information, and all the people around you. This is what you stand for. I want you to strengthen that as much as you can. And then when you're ready, with the very best feeling state you can muster, whether it's gratitude, deep love, a feeling of connection, whatever it is that enters you, that makes you feel full and light and strong. Maybe courage, hope, optimism. Allow that to come in. Breathe it in. And I'm going to count up now from 10 all the way up to 1. And when I say the number 1, you can awaken. 10, 9, 8, 7, feeling like you want to move. 6, 5, 4, shifting in your seat, maybe taking a nice deep breath. 3, feeling optimistic. 2, feeling quite invigorated. 1, refreshed. 0. I added in an extra number there. You can open your eyes now. Open your eyes. Wow. I hope that was helpful in allowing you to access more clearly what you stand for and what you consent to in your life and what you really don't consent to. Because sometimes we need those contrasts to really work out what's right for us, especially at times like this when there's so much conflicting information in the media. And it's about us finding freedom in our own ways. For some of us, feeling free might just be linked into feeling safe. And for others, feeling free might be to have complete control over our environment to the best of our ability. And that's for you to decide. That's entirely your thing. But how powerful is it to connect into what you do consent to and what you don't? It's a really, really powerful thing. So I'm going to leave it there. If you want to connect with me at all, you can reach me at Louisa at feelgoodastrology.com. And like I mentioned, I was really inspired and motivated by the Laura Eisenhower video. I'll put a link in to each of my streams where I share this. I'll put a link to that below. And also the Magenta Pixie video that mentions making a declaration. Anyway, lots and lots of love to you wherever you are in the world. I'm coming at you from Portugal. Thank you to all my listeners and also to my re-listeners. Feeling supported, feeling loved. It's great. Bye for now.